Hi there. Thanks for joining me for this learning experience about providing formative feedback in a blended learning setting. My name's Angela Fallhaber, and I am a literacy coach and ed consultant with the Hamilton County ESC. And my contact information is here on this first slide. So in this session, we're going to be working through, as you see, a Google form. And so you're going to have different sections to complete, different tasks that are related to this content of providing formative feedback. Sometimes you'll be watching videos, sometimes you'll be reading something, and I'll ask you to upload a picture or fill in some questions. And so all of these are meant to be a model for how you might ask kids to engage in the content once students are back with you in the fall, whether they're remote or you're face-to-face for some period of time. A note about the different settings we're going to find ourselves in. I have been thinking a lot about the fact that in some ways, even when students are in the classroom, we'll need to lean into the kinds of strategies and tools that we use even when kids are remote in order to keep safe social distance. You might consider continuing to teach your class as if it's remote and the classroom is where the kids come to complete their work. That way you will have students who are ready to transition to remote learning at a moment's notice, and you will be generating content that can be used for students who are absent as well. All right, so on to our content about providing formative feedback. When I think about feedback, I really like this very simple quote from Grant Wiggins in his article, 7 Keys to Effective Feedback. Basically, feedback is any information about how we're doing on something, right, in order to reach a goal. And Wiggins uses the analogy of playing tennis or baking a cake. Any feedback that we get that helps us reach that goal, or any information that we get about our performance, is considered feedback. We know from Hattie's research, Hattie and his team's research about visible learning, that the effect size of feedback is at about 0.73. So that means it's one of those highly effective strategies and tools that we can use as teachers. We also know that there are different types of feedback. So we know that there's corrective feedback. We know that there's feedback that asks kids to think about their own learning. We know that there's feedback that gets kids to monitor their work, and that is focused on metacognition. We also know that we can provide praise, but meaningless praise, things like good job, way to go, are not actually feedback. So we're going to dig into these ideas. And so I'm going to ask you to just include an idea about your own thinking about feedback and then move to the next section of this form. Thanks for spending time learning together.